All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. Here's another angle of the Journey debacle that I have not covered as of yet. Steve Augeri, one of the nicest people on planet Earth, and if I ever meet him, I'm going to tell him, dude, you're like the nicest guy, and I don't even know you. Everybody I've spoken to about Steve Augeri, they can't say nicer things about him. And I got to tell you, it's really refreshing in this business to know that there's somebody out there who, number one, has a heart for what he's doing. He appreciates the opportunity he was given. I think he was plucked out of the Gap when he was a manager there, when Journey called him, almost similar to the way Arnel Pineda was found, but again, he had given up on music. He had been in this group called Tall Stories. By the way, go find that first Tall Stories album if you don't have it, if you're a Journey fan. If you're a fan of great melodic rock with a guy who could sing his butt off, Tall Stories, fantastic album. But how did he avoid all of the chaos and carnage that's occurring right now? The legal stuff. Well, basically, Journey, I would say this, without mincing too many words, the Journey schedule, what they did to this guy and what his vocal cords ended up being after a year or two of this, was enough for both, I believe, John and Neil to say, you know what, on your way out, we're going to let you perform whatever you want to perform. You want to do any of this music, feel free, put your name, former singer of Journey. I think in a way it was like saying, you know what, I know we destroyed your vocal cords, so go out there and you can earn a living. And that's exactly what he's done now for, I don't know, like 15 years now. He's been doing this. And he's 61 years old. Can he still sing? Yeah, he can still sing. Does he sound as good as he used to? Yeah. I don't know. It's probably a no, but he has managed to sing well enough to attract audiences and not be an embarrassment. He's on stage, and I've heard a lot of Journey tribute bands out there that don't hold a candle to what Steve Augeri does when he goes out there. And plus, he's Steve Augeri. He's former lead singer of Journey. Plus, the nice guy stuff goes a long way with a lot of us, where we'd rather hang out with somebody who he's not as good as he used to be, but he's still good enough, and he's still carrying the torch, and he still honors this music in a way, I think, that doesn't tarnish the legacy of the band. I think he knows his place in music history, that he had just a completely unenviable task of trying to fill in for Steve Perry. I mean, Armageddon soundtrack, that was the first time I think I had heard the new Journey with Steve Augeri. And I think Dean Castronovo there was on drums as well. So this was a different lineup. And I was blown away. And Arrival, one of my favorite Journey records. I know people always say, without Steve Perry, they did nothing. I would say Arrival and Revelation. Those two albums were really very, very strong post-Steve Perry albums. And if you deny that, then you didn't go and listen to them. And you're just, again, a lot of people, nobody can be in Journey except for Steve Perry. I understand your logic. But in reality, Steve Augeri, out of the box, was fantastic. And he took all kinds of abuse from the fans and the media and just so many people. So yeah, Steve Augeri deserves to be able to use this and take this legacy and earn a living from it, because he went through so much, and he appears to be a grateful, humble, decent person. And that goes a long way with fans who will go see Steve Augeri and may think, oh, this note was a little off over here, or gee, this sounds a little different from what I'm used to hearing. But guess what? He's given it all he's got. He's a performer. He's a showman. And he really loves music. And by the way, he's created some great solo music that you can listen to for free via Spotify and YouTube. Certainly enough music to put an album together. But every so often, Steve will cut a new song and upload it. And in the studio, I would say Steve Augeri sounds even better than he does live. And maybe it's studio gimmickry and so forth. Maybe the fact that you don't have to belt out tunes when you're in a studio. But I really like this guy. He is a decent human being. And if you have a chance after all this crap blows over, go see Steve Augeri perform. And tell him the Real Music Observer sent you. And maybe someday, maybe Steve will come to my neck of the woods and we can hang out. Because there's a billion questions I have to ask him. So, all right, I'm done. I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. More content coming your way soon.